Hey, this is Dan. We're doing another deep dive into the Jay Slater case tonight. And once again, we have the situation that so many people seem to be listening to music from the 80s. The reason I say 80s is that it can all be summed up in 3 words and by an album that was released by New Order in 1983 called Power, Corruption and Lies. That's what this case really is. It's all about power. It's all about corruption. And let's not go there with the lies, because I think if you look very closely at the case, and if you're an outsider and a neutral looking in, you will be filled with nothing but lies. In fact, you will find it very hard to find the truth, despite the narrative being controlled by so many different people in so many different ways. So you have to ask the question, what's the agenda? Well, one agenda is the people who are behind all this, drug dealers far and wide, and they're far and wide beyond Tenerife. We can know that for a fact, because our sources tell us that not only are there drug dealers involved from Tenerife, there are some involved from the UK. And we've heard reports, and quite a few of them, is that there is drug dealers involved from Ireland. Yes, you heard correctly, Ireland. So this case could turn on many, many things. But of course, the one thing it can turn on is that the Spanish police haven't been very forthcoming about what really happened to Jay Slater. And once again, the fingers are being pointed at them. Over the past number of days, we have many sources working on the case. And we can say now that the Spanish police, this is the Spanish police on the ground, have been forced to make some statements that they may not automatically agree with. And we have to be careful what we say here, because our sources have said that there's people involved in this case that are way, way, way up the food chain. And the last thing they need is more talk regarding Jay Slater and what happened to him. Indeed, further information being told to us, and by many locals that we do trust, is that this situation regarding being found near a ravine, it has to be highly suspect, because locals have said it's quite unlikely that any person would be found there. And that really opens up Pandora's box to where Jay Slater was found and how he was found. And as regards his remains, there's also a question mark over those. Also, the autopsy. It happened very, very fast, very, very quickly. And it's amazing that the information that was gleaned from that autopsy was pretty much a carbon copy of what the British police said as well. That's rather odd, to say the least. Is there anybody asking the real question of how Jay Slater was killed and where did it happen? It doesn't seem to be at this moment in time. We have lots of people involved for power, and we know who those are. We know even more that there is corruption happening left, right and centre. But of course it has been brushed under the carpet. And the people that want this case to be hidden and swept away under the carpet have got this agenda. And they're producing a narrative to distract people, produce white noise, and really and truly they want to see this case crushed, and crushed quickly, so that they can get on with their own grubby lives of making more money, making more greed, and simply these people are not good people, and these people deserved the full rigours of the law, to be charged, to be jailed, and the next thing is we don't want to have another Jay Slater on our hands. It's happened once and it should not happen again. So what do we take from all this at the moment after our deep dive into this case? Yes, a bit like New Order. It's full of power, it's full of corruption, and it's full of lies. Once again, it's very hard to decipher who is telling the truth. We have a GoFundMe page still running. We have a Slater family who are silent. They're not shouting it off the rooftops that their son deserves justice. To be fair to Jay Slater's father, he has been vocal, and very few have listened to him, that he wasn't satisfied with the Spanish police. Neither would I if it happened to me. But the finger of suspicion is always going to be there. And how did Jay Slater get killed? Was it on the beach? Was it elsewhere? But what we know for certain, he did not die falling into no ravine. Once again, if you have anything to add to this conversation, whether it's good, bad, or indifferent, feel free to share with us. You don't have to leave a comment. You can be confidential and send it to our email address. But we would certainly like to know your views. Any views you had, good or bad, leave them in the comments. We're not like others who are going to filter out the bad ones and just keep the good ones so we can stroke someone's ego. We don't operate that way. In fact, the only way we operate here is that we want the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. We're not interested in clicks. We're not interested in subscribers. We're interested in making money like others. All we want is the truth. So once again, we say to you, if you like what you see, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. It helps more people find our channel. We'll be back soon with more as we keep delving into the Jay Slater case. And we're still, and always will be, out to get the truth for the Jay Slater family.